like the Reds. Monday's talking Reds. The Monday after the Saturday before that Liverpool won the 7th game out of 7th game, 7 games win, 7 play. I can't even speak. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
7 out of 7. I mean, here we go. Yeah, it's 7 in a row, which is fucking good, isn't it? And everyone's like falling over themselves to say this has never happened before because they're counting a Charity Shield game years ago. Stop doing that. Just say that right now, in the here and now, it's a boss run. We're doing great. We're doing fine. We're top of the league. We're finally clear of the other bastards as well because Chelsea drew with West Ham, which was nice, wasn't it? And so here we are. We're great. It was a good weekend. United drew with Wolves. The Blue Shite got beat, and in general, look in disarray, and they're all moaning, and there's literally people saying, we would have been better if we'd kept Big Sam. That's brilliant.
That's everything I want from a new appointment. Big Sam leaves. They bring in this, this young, quite exciting manager, and they're saying that about him so early.
And they're saying that they're starting to say things now. Like I've noticed, there's a story kicking around today that they're preparing too much for matches. Which is by contrast to Liverpool, because Klopp said he changed the formation at half-time on Saturday because they haven't prepared enough. So something's going on. We've got the same weather in this city. So how are they preparing loads and we're not preparing enough? Maybe it's all our games. Maybe it's because we're successful. Maybe it's because we're top of the league. Maybe it's because Everton is shit.
Yeah, I just think it might be shite. I think
they're just shite. I'm Gareth Roberts and this is Craig Hannan.
That's my analysis.
Now, what do you want to talk about then? Beyond the obvious, all those facts that are stated at the top when I couldn't speak. I've noticed, and I'm thinking that maybe now, after 7 wins, and after what we did last season as well, bolstered onto that Liverpool are now getting in the heads of everyone. And you're seeing this more and more. And I thought second half against Southampton at the weekend was really interesting in that Southampton basically took the 3-0. They just went, we're sound with this. And no one had a shot, really. Charlie Austin has one in injury time. Liverpool don't have a lot of shots either. It takes a long time for either side to have a shot in the second half. It's really late on. And I just think they both went, you happy with 3-0? I'm happy with 3-0. Take 3-0, we'll just get off. And then you see Mark Hughes afterwards, who I hate, by the way. I mean, he played for United, he played for Everton, and he just seems a bit of a tit, and I'm not sure he's that good of a manager. And I was made up that the old useless chant came out briefly at Anfield. Useless. Oh
yeah, because we had a big bitch about Mark Hughes after the match, didn't we, in Hotel Tia? Because he's just one of those managers that he did quite a good job at Blackburn once, and I think he did okay with Wales. Didn't get them, they didn't qualify him, but he did okay. He gets that job at Blackburn, and ever since he's just been getting these jobs, and he's just the most unexciting, uninspiring new appointment. Yeah. If you're I can't imagine anyone at Southampton thought, yeah, Mark Hughes. You know what I mean?
And one for the kids here as well. He's Isla. I don't know how you say her name now, off Home and Away. Al Stewart's missus. Have a look. Google it. Looks like Mark Hughes. Anyway, he said after the match, we were guilty of not stopping them creating moments in the first half. The second half was damage limitation. This is a manager of a Premier League side saying the second half was damage limitation. The guys were better in terms of shape, stopped some good attacks and got a clean sheet in the second half. You don't get anything for that, mate. I got a clean sheet in the second half. What's that? You're inventing new rules. We scored 3 in the first half, Mark, so that doesn't count. And then he says, we won't be the first team, we won't be the last that this has happened to. I'm pleased we were a little more controlled in the second half. We'll take that positive, but overall, not a good day.
That's exactly what he'll been saying. Whenever he gets them back into the dressing room after, they'll be saying, well done, boys, you drew the second half. And what a lovely change that is from, when Southampton teams have come to Liverpool. I know, but over the past 4 or 5 years, Southampton teams have come to Liverpool and the League Cup semi where Shane Long scores at the end and puts us out. Dejan Lovren, when he was playing for them, 13-14 scores. Mane, late equaliser under Klopp against us. I do like the fact that we just went and hoovered up all the lads that were, the match winners, and now they just can't do it. But it just goes to show the mindset of opposition teams and that shift whereby Southampton used to be a side that when they got to Anfield, they thought, we can give them a go here because we have a decent record. And now they're celebrating draw in a second half. Up their heads.
Routine wins as well. There's a lot to be said for them because although they are routine, it means that you're on a little stepping stone to something boss in the future. So enjoy routine wins, the sound, because the big nights and the big days are to come. Also as well, the Chelsea manager, Sarri, he says after the match on Sunday, after they draw 0-0, what are you laughing at, you know, bud?
Sarri. So welcome change that.
he says after the 0-0 draw with West Ham, I think Liverpool are ahead of us. We started to work together only 35, 40 days ago. So for us, I think it's a bit early. We have to work, we need to improve, and then maybe in 1 year, we'll be the same level as Liverpool. He says they've worked with the same coach for 4 years. Got your maths wrong there, Lar. But anyway, that's good to hear as well, seeing that we're about to go and play his side twice. He's coming out publicly and saying how good Liverpool are. To continue this point further as well, Thomas Munier?
I think so,
Thomas Munier?
Yes, well done.
Yes!
I mean, that's what I think anyway. I don't think that's... I'm not sure if that's...
Him anyway,
right.
Who plays for PSG. He says, he said after we played them the other night, we should follow Liverpool's example. They play simply, quickly, with lots of intensity and overlaps. It comes in waves, it never stops, and the opponent is completely cornered. And then you also seen, obviously, Guardiola in that weird Amazon documentary, Amazon Prime documentary. There was a bit where they were talking about Liverpool and they sounded a little bit scared.
And worried about the front.
Yeah. But, you know, so what I mean is now there's a theme now of footy players and footy managers going, shit, a little bit worried about Liverpool.
But it's also like you remember sort of 5-6 years ago when Klopp was at Dortmund, it was exactly the same thing with them. Like I remember we weren't really in the Champions League and they were getting to like the Champions League final, but you were watching them, and I remember watching a game against Real Madrid and they just looked unbelievable. They looked like this machine. That's what they looked like. And now we're getting to see that with Liverpool under Klopp, and that's, you know, we often joke about that, the Honigstein book, but there's so much insight into like...
Read it, yeah.
Yeah, I read it in 9 months. Took 9 months. But it's a brilliant... It's not... Like,
I'm a kid in that time, man.
But yeah, in that book, it like talks about his third season with each of his clubs. So his third season, I think, with Mainz, he gets them promoted after coming close to the first two. His third season with Dortmund, that's when he first wins the league. Third full season with Liverpool, hopefully. But I think what you're seeing is that, like, you know, what's Sarri or whatever his name is. Yeah, whatever, like what he's saying there is kind of true, in that like we've watched this progression under Klopp and we've watched him basically put the pieces into the puzzle and sort of improve everyone, and now we're seeing this machine is what I think it is. And like, you know, with each game so far we've sort of said, like, you know, they haven't really hit third gear yet, and that's after beating Spurs pretty convincingly. It should have been a lot more, beating PSG. You know,
Leicester and Palace are tougher ways traditionally.
Yeah, being 3-0 up at half-time to Southampton, just being able to say, yeah,
we're all right.
We don't need to overexert ourselves here. And I just wonder what it looks like whenever this team does explode. Like, you know, what does it look like?
Maybe it doesn't, though. Maybe, I mean, like I was thinking of writing something on this. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's a more pragmatic Liverpool now, and this is the way it's going to be. I mean, I think most people sort of think that there'll be more from the front three at some stage, but a moment, by the way, from Saturday that isn't talked about enough, so I'm starting the campaign now, is Mo's back heel. Because, you know, like, if that goes in, it's goal of the month, goal of the season, goal of the year, and it's not far wide, and it's absolute genius. And what I liked about Mo on Saturday was he gets the tap in, obviously, from Shaqiri's brilliant free kick, but he was running around a lot of the game with a big smile on his face. So this isn't a fella who's being eaten up by the fact that maybe he hasn't quite been at it. And actually, you know, like his statistics for this season, for this stage of the season, are better than his statistics for this stage of the season last season. So basically, there's no Mo crisis. He's sound, he's smiling, he's scoring goals, he's giving shirts to kids in the ground rather than knobheads who sell them outside the ground, you mank. So, yeah, it's all good with Mo. Also, as well, I just wanted to get you on Klopp's decisions. So obviously, everything is analysed in football at the very top level, obviously. And I've noticed that, you know, like when certain decisions are made, everyone's like, oh no, why is he doing that? And why is he doing that? And actually quite a few of them have just come off in a very short space of time. So he starts Sturridge against PSG. Yeah. Sturridge scores, plays well. He starts Mata on Saturday. And a few people I spoke to after the game were a little bit like, I wasn't sure about him and I'm not sure about his touch and things like that. But he scores his first ever goal at Anfield. And actually, if you look at his stats, and I have done, He's done all right. Loads of headed clearances, loads of blocks, loads of interceptions, loads of stuff a defender should be doing, basically. So, he's done all right. And Klopp said afterwards, it's good for us to know that we can make changes and still win football games. We knew it before, but sometimes you have to prove it, and that's what we did. And obviously it is now coming to the stage where he's going to start rotating, and so we're going to have these conversations more. But this is what the squad's for, isn't it?
Definitely. And he is... Klopp's a manager that we've seen has confidence in players at times whenever maybe some of the fans are questioning them or aren't sure about them, and all of this, and we've still got one of the best defenders in the world to come like Dejan Lovren. but in all seriousness, like there's Van Dijk who has a bruised rib. Now, in any other season, him going off, I'd be like, oh God, to get one back, then what's going to happen? But you bring Gomez on, and Gomez is just on. He's just gone up a level, and he just looks. He looks as if he could be our centre back for the next, 7, 8, 9 years, and that's exciting.
About him now,
he has a confidence, and him and Van Dijk together. Like the very fact that Liverpool have gone so long now without conceding a goal at home in the league is testament to what Van Dijk's done, but also Gomez has played a part in that this season so far, and who knows what he can achieve. But yeah, like throughout the squad, like the little Shaqiri fella, my word, I thought he was brilliant, and like whenever he went off, I think everyone was a bit like, that's a bit mad. Is he injured? Is he not? And reading Klopp's comments after, he just said that they were playing a slightly different system. They got themselves 3-0 up. He said that he basically never explains his halftime substitutions whenever he makes them, but he did this time because he's never taken someone off who's been so influential in the first half. And it's basically tactics. He said that, he just wanted to go back to the system that they were used to playing now that they were 3-0 up. That's great.
And Milner was great, to be fair.
He was. And Shaqiri, you could just tell from all his performances so far when he's come off the bench, he's just dying to play football for us and dying to show everyone he's just...
But he can win it for us on Wednesday. He can start that game.
But that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That weird looking little man, because he is what are those, his legs and the size of him, every time I look at him, you're weird, but I absolutely love you. Yeah. And he'll have played that first half and he's brilliant, and he'll have gone off and he'd be annoyed. But he'd be buzzing to play midweek, because he will be playing midweek, and I wouldn't even be surprised to see him be one of the most influential players in that game either, because he just looks as if he's excited to play for Liverpool.
Yeah, and he doesn't look like he's going to need some kind of settling in period. He's not short of confidence. He's hitting a free kick like that. He's involved in the first goal as well. There's little flicks and tricks. He links up with Firmino at one point and looked really good. A few things didn't come off. But, in general, he was demanding the ball. He wanted the ball. You saw how he celebrated Liverpool's goals as well. I don't know if he thought he'd scored both of them.
I don't think he cares. I think
he's just loving it.
He's just loving, I think he's just loving being part of this, because, imagine, kicking around with Charlie Adam and Stoke, it'd be awful.
Mark Hughes.
And Mark Hughes, yeah. But here he is playing for one of the most exciting teams in Europe, under one of the most exciting managers in Europe, and us looking really, really good. And I think that we've known Shaqiri through the years of being a match winner, and he can score the odd goal, the odd belter and everything. But I think he's going to contribute in far more ways than that, just by looking at how he plays. He always had space. That's what I noticed. He was just finding space everywhere. He's so intelligent.
But he was pretty much a free role, wasn't he? He was all over the show. But I think is also, as well as another way to look at this, and that it's maybe just a little reminder for a fella who at times has sort of fell out with managers and things like that. Maybe just a little reminder, you're going to have to be absolutely on the top of your game to get to play for this Liverpool side. We're not fucking about here. Maybe it's one of them.
But he looks to be absolutely determined to be the way he's working when he's playing. So yeah, exciting.
From the Anfield app then, absolutely loads of content as ever, because we are in the middle of this run of games. They're described as a nightmare run, but it really isn't. It's been a dream so far, this nightmare. So we're well in for calling it that. Mainstream press people. But yeah, the Anfield app on video, you've already got a post-match pint out there. We recorded that on Saturday post-match at Hotel Tier on Anfield Road. Good place to go for a pint, by the way. We're us lot of rows in there. That's either a selling point or not, depending on where you stand. But we're in there anyway. And then we're going to record a second look later today that'll be out there tomorrow. Podcast-wise, the free show is being recorded right now downstairs in our studio. That'll be out later today. There will also be a review recorded and put out there. I think it's going out early today because of the Wednesday match. And also an AFQ football will be out there as well. Then we'll be getting stuck into, obviously, Wednesday's match against Chelsea in the League Cup. Then we've got Chelsea on Saturday at R5 at Stamford Bridge as well. It never stops, neither does the Anfield Wrap. Up the Reds, that's been talking Reds.